Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hi, Carrie. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm just fine. I was a big fan of the show American Idol, so this is exciting to get to talk to you.
Thank you. It's nice to talk to a female.
Oh,
I'm stuck with all these men everywhere.
No women all morning? That's okay. In fact, I have 2 guy co-hosts, so you're right. I think it's nice to talk to another lady.
Yeah.
How's it going for you?
Very well, thank you.
Well, a lot has gone on for you, and I'm sure it's just been a complete whirlwind, starting with the show. But I cannot imagine what that show was like, because a lot of us, obviously that weren't behind the scenes, we heard about the long hours that you had in the day.
Yeah.
And how
crazy.
it was a quick turnaround to learn your performance for the following week, and it just probably seemed to mesh all together. What was it like to stay sane during all of that?
The thing that got me through it definitely, I think, was 2 things, like my family and just my being level-headed. I think a lot of people had sort of nervous breakdowns kind of in there somewhere, but I think I held up pretty well just because I was kind of like, well, what do I got to lose?
Was your family supportive?
I could only be humiliated in front of millions of people, whatever.
Well, it does have to be tough, because I know Simon he's known for some of his comments at times, but I'm sure you just told yourself, I'll have to take what I get.
It wouldn't really bother me if I were like in a room with him by myself, but the thought of, millions of people really were watching him basically insult us.
But it seemed like you were a favorite from the get-go.
Yeah, he wasn't too harsh on me at all. So I'm very thankful.
Yeah, you had it pretty easy. Did your family have any reservations about you doing the show, because you are out there and putting yourself on the front line?
Yeah, I think the hardest part with them were just people's reactions. Like, they would read message boards and newspaper articles and stuff like that, and it was just kind of hard for them to watch people talking not so great about their baby. So.
Well, what did they think of you being voted the world's sexiest vegetarian by PETA?
Oh Lord, my mom would probably just be like, well, don't let it go to your head.
It has to be kind of weird to hear that about their daughter.
Yeah. So nobody wants to think of their little girl as being
sexy.
I guess.
What's changed for you since, obviously, you've made a name for yourself and become famous?
Oh, sure. Okay. Everything is different. There's not one single thing about my life that's anywhere near where it was before. I would have graduated in May, so I would have been going on to another job anyway, but it's kind of like, I'm miles and miles away from home, away from my family, and doing what I always wanted to do. So
this time last year, you were doing what?
I was in school.
Wow. A student to now hanging out and rubbing elbows with the stars.
Right. I was a student, and I was working in a veterinary clinic, shoveling poo a lot of the time. So whenever I was going to try out, my boss was like, oh, I wish the cameras could see you now.
What were you driving last year?
I actually got a Mustang for a high school graduation, so it was like a 2000 Mustang.
You still have it?
Yeah.
Still driving it?
Yeah.
That's very cool. So do you keep in touch with anyone from the show?
I keep in touch with Anthony.
Okay.
And we're not together. By the way.
Yeah, of course. Rumors.
Right.
And what about who you've met in the country music business? Is there anyone that you've met that you thought, oh my gosh, I cannot believe that I just talked face to face with that person?
I really don't get too goofy around people, too starstruck. But it's cool when I see people like Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton and people like that who've made such an incredible impact on the music. So it's just great. I'll meet anybody.
And I've heard that you're a fan of 80s hair bands.
I am.
Can you
I
name
love
one?
music of all time, of any kind. Yeah, I love like Guns N' Roses and Motley Crue, stuff like that.
I loved Poison when I was young. I had their posters on my wall. My mom said, Dad, they're wearing makeup. Take it down. I had a hard time explaining that one to her. We wish you the best of luck, Carrie. It really was a thrill when I found out we get to talk to you today. And it's great to see successes for you and Josh Grayson in the business.
Yes.
And we hope more to come, and we're looking forward to that new album. It's called Some Hearts.
Thank you.
Take care, Carrie.
Bye.
Bye-bye.